Hello all, and welcome back to Small Grid Only. Today we're going to be finding that second beacon, but first things first, we gotta head up to the station and drop off our materials. Let's head on up to space. We haven't left the planet since we got here, but it is time to do so. We are going to check out this Mars station on our way, and then we will head to our station, the Small Grid Only station, and we will drop off a ton of stuff, and then we'll come back to Mars to find our second and third locations. While we're on our way to this station here, getting there slowly, it's a great time to marvel at my trip around the planet. I came down basically directly below where I am now. I did this zigzaggy path all the way around the planet, and then I got back to where I started, and I started doing another path, and that's where I found the thing I found just now. Actually, I started way over there. And I did this big, long, zigzaggy path, and beacon number 2, we found it. It took a lot of flying, but we found it. Alright, let's get to the station and spend another hour turning off all of these waypoints. I did have a remote control set up. That's excellent. Oh no, we're back in space and we have to deal with this again. Oh my gosh. Flying is nice in space, walking is not nice in space. Though I must say, this is extremely satisfying. Walking out of my ship right onto the thing there. It's pretty cool. Contracts. What do you got for me? Acquisition? Some gold? Accept that. We can do that. Can't do those, but let's finish this. 2 million in the bank. Store. They got ships for me. I suppose I should have known that. Should have known that for sure. I got 9 million too. I mean, I could actually buy some of these. I could buy an ion tug, and I could just strip it for the parts. If I really wanted to, get the ion thrusters. That's one way to do it, but I think it would be cheaper to buy the parts actually. Maybe not. I don't know if any of these have reactors with uranium in them, because that would also be a way to get uranium. This one's super expensive, but it does have a bunch of ion thrusters. We're not going to buy any of these though. That is excessive for sure. And this station I don't think has anything for me to raid. Unless maybe downstairs here it does? Okay, it's got a downstairs. Does it have anything cool here? This is a nice room. It's a nice room. Are there beds on the other side? Research, medical. Apparently nobody lives here because there's no beds, as far as I can tell. Alright. So, I am done there. Didn't even have to really get out of my ship almost. It was almost just a nice dock that I didn't have to do anything with. I think I just checked my location. The location of my station. And it is a couple hundred kilometers from here. Now, I do not want to drive a couple hundred kilometers just to drop stuff off. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to this asteroid and I'm going to build a deposit box, and we will drop all of our stuff in the deposit box, which will stay up in space here. And then when we're going back to the station, we will stop by here and pick up the box and then drag the box back to the station with us. because I think this is going to be closer than the station, because I dropped the station off really far from the planet so that it wouldn't be found by people. And as long as I'm not on the other side of the planet, we should be able to come here and pick this up on the way. If I end up on the other side of the planet, maybe we'll go get the station and then we'll stop by here. We'll pick up the safety deposit box at some point. Okay, we got our supply drop all welded up. We're going to transfer everything that we don't want to take with us to the supply drop. And then we're going to go plop this somewhere secret. And then we'll go back down to the planet and continue searching. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to just transfer everything over to it. And then we'll take back the stuff we want to keep. Because I think most of the stuff we don't want to bring with us. Alright, so here's what we're going to bring with us. We're going to bring some consumables. We're going to bring a couple sets of tools just in case we need them. This is the only gun we're bringing with. We're going to place the plushies, so we're bringing that. We're bringing oxygen bottles, and we're bringing a bunch more hydrogen bottles for while we're down there. We're going to bring most of our ores because we can sell those. That's going to be our goal, is to sell as much of this as we can while we're down there. We're bringing just enough to do some repairs and to patch a few things up, maybe do some minor upgrades to the ship. I do have a couple in mind, not a whole lot, but everything else is going to be left in our little pack, our deposit box. Next time we're going to the station, we'll come pick that up. Hey, something interesting. We just dropped off our thing, and I was on my way back to Mars, and turns out, looking from space, you can really see where players have been working. Like, that is a voxel deformation due to digging. That looks like just a hill. This is the base I was just at. That's where my beacon number 2 was. You can really see the voxel deformation. I can kind of look. Okay, that's just weird sunlight. And if I think that one of these things is like a player, I can zoom in, and if it's squared, if the hole looks like it has squared edges, it's voxel deformation, which means somebody dug there. I just wanted to show you guys that. But we are going to head down to the planet. I think I will head towards where this other hole is. I'll try and drop in close to that. Maybe there's something interesting there. Not entirely certain, but it's definitely a possibility. And we can start our search from there. Well, hello. It is a new day and there is no sandstorm. Well, it's actually a new night, but we're going to be playing and we're going to be looking for these last 2 secret hiding things. One beacon is hidden somewhere, and 1 data pad is somewhere as well. I'm skeptical about this data pad. I'm sure it was placed, but I'm not sure I'm going to find it because I feel like it was put in a container and the containers reset themselves and the data pad got lost when that happened. Not sure if that's a thing, but that's my suspicion. We're going to continue going straight forwards because I think there's going to be a base coming up here. We were in space and we were looking down, and when we were doing that, it looked like we had some major voxel deformation. Probably about 15-20 kilometers ahead of where I am right now. Funny coincidence, J-Rod is back online and they're non-stop talking still. So chat's going to be going on the left side this entire time probably. I really wish they would add a feature to this game that lets you turn off global chat. It's the only game I've ever played that has a global chat and you can't turn it off. It's kind of ridiculous. Alright, we already have streaming. Ooh, and we have lightning and lightning sounds. I actually put in a thing on the support forum asking to have them add, oh, there it is, it's right down there. Man, that was like, I was so close to that. If these people were actually playing, they would have seen me probably. Yeah, it's powered, but it looks like just a scrap base of some sort. Either way, we'll go down and have a look at it. Of course. Of course the storm is back. Basic starter base. Probably about to be struck by lightning and become a empty base. Let's check what they got. Thank you very much for that. Well, I don't have anything else that's valuable, just because I don't have a full refinery yet. We will use that. We'll use that, and we'll take that. I don't think we need any of this other stuff, but we'll just grab some stuff just to do it. You know what? Actually, let's leave it. Let's be nice-ish. Whose base is this? East. Well, you have one wind turbine left and a storm currently occurring, so hopefully your base survives. There we go. Give them their stuff back. How am I going to find my ship in this storm, though? I'm pretty sure it's just straight up from here, but I didn't drop a waypoint for my ship. I think I'm going to have to fly up above where it would be and then look down and see it, because I can get above the storm if I go up high enough. Above the storm, but not above the lightning. Holy moly, what is... There's my ship. What is happening? This is wild up here. Alright. Good enough. Yeah, even that small base was really easy to spot from space. It's pretty surprising. Oh, there's a massive mountain over there. Maybe I should go towards that. We'll head to that next. We'll go to this little hilltop first. And I'm going to pop up all our waypoints as soon as I drop our next one here. I'm going to pop them all up and make sure I'm not backtracking. We'll leave some of these waypoints on. I just turned on like every other one so that I could see approximately where I searched last time. We're going to fly up to the top of this just to do it. I think we're going to have to use our hydrogen though, because I don't think my atmospheric will be strong enough to get me up there. Well, I don't see anything interesting from up here, other than just being up here. Maybe what we'll do is we'll just plant a flag up here. I haven't done that yet in this playthrough. Here we are on one of the highest points on Mars, and I need to get ice anyway, so this will be a fine spot to do some ice mining. Let's see, am I on the highest point? Very close to it. I think anywhere along this rim is acceptable height-wise. If I turn my jetpack off, it's kind of hard to tell, but I think putting one right here will be just fine. Alright, we've mined enough ice for now. We could always use a little bit more, but I want to work on that little flag. SGO flag on Mars. Maybe we'll drop one on each body. Maybe not. How much PCU does that take up? 120 PCU, that's not terrible. And I don't think that'll go anywhere either. That should survive. Back to searching mode. We have a little bit more hydrogen. Let's see how our ice situation is. We got a little bit of ice. We're going to get off this mountain as soon as possible though, so that we can stop using our hydrogen. Let it refuel a little bit. Alright, hydrogen is off. We should drop all the way back down. We've got 80 kilometers to the nearest place we've searched before this way. Let's go this way. Here we're coming up on a pretty big looking mountain. Maybe this is the really big one I was thinking of. Alright, let's get some pictures here. Sightseeing on Mars. You can't tell where I am? Not really. But I know where I am. Well, we've been mining for quite a while, and we now have 24,000 ice, which is good. And while I was mining, I thought of a couple more upgrades, which I think the Dawn could really use at this point. Probably should have had them a while ago. But the first one is a junk spewer. I need to make a ejector to get rid of the junk that I'm carrying around. Now thematically, I would love to put that right below the bathroom, because I think that would make sense, but we already put the periscope right below the bathroom. So I think I'll still have it on the side, and if I can put it in like right here, I think that would be good. We do have connectors, so actually I'm just going to go ahead and do this right away. I'm going to put it in right here. Yeah, I like that. You can still see that. The button looks like it's kind of held on there, and the framing kind of acts like it's a support for this whole setup. I do like that. Let's make this button functional, and you can still see exactly what it's doing. It's turning this on and off because the light switches. I think these are the main things we really want to get rid of. They're the things that we can't process, we can't use, they take up space, and they weigh a bunch. The other upgrade is to add a warning system in case I get target locked, and we'll have some spinning lights and a little siren that'll go off if something like that happens, which is, I don't know, just a neat feature to have. I think putting that right here, kind of just mirroring across from this, would be nice. So we got our sound block. I'd like to put it up higher, but I guess right here is where it's going to be. A sound block and 2 timer blocks, and we will put those there. These timer blocks will flip on and off, and they'll be what turns all the stuff on and off or to the right setting that I want, because I'm going to want to like close all my doors and do various things like that where I have to make sure I turn things on and then do something, or turn them off after doing something, and timer blocks is the best way to do that. Maybe we'll put a couple lights in here so that we have warnings going off in every room, except maybe the bathroom. The bathroom, you just have to finish your business, come outside, and then realize the world's burning around you. I think we're done with upgrades, unless I think of something clever during this episode. But I think we're just going to be flying for an extended period of time. Our fuel is at 66. Do we have any ice left? We don't have any ice left. I guess I'm going to mine more ice before I leave. Dang it. Okay, we have gathered another 15,000 ice. We are now at 70% fuel, up from just under 30% when we landed here, which is really good. And we have our minor upgrades to our ship done. Let's get back in the air and start flying. Well, we've almost gotten all the way back around to where we started. We started right there, ms01, with the second loop, all the way around the planet. It was a fairly direct route this time. So instead of going all the way to ms50, we went to about ms30. I'm not going to get any closer than right here because I'm already crossing within 20 kilometers of 2 beacons. So we are going to turn around here, and we're going to follow this scoop back out, kind of where we came from. So I guess starting our third loop here, I will adjust the color a little bit more towards the red, I think, and we will mark this as our starting location. This time around the world, I decided to do a bit of zigzagging and visit all of the NPC stations that we had marked. I also found a few new ones, but I really wanted to find that data pad that we were still missing from them. I also really needed to find some uranium because we were running really low on uranium in our reactors. I think we had like 6 ingots in each at this point, and we had about 20 minutes battery life. So either we needed uranium or we were going to have to stop and spend 12 to 24 hours just sitting in the sun to recharge off of our solar. At the stations, I spent a whole lot of time just waiting around for resets on the sales, and I did manage to sell a whole lot of materials. At some point, we were actually above 22 million, and I think we might still be there because I never found uranium. None of the stations I went to were selling uranium, which was kind of sad, but we were able to just fill up our hydrogen and use our hydrogen fuel a little bit more often. That's kind of our backup. Turned our generators on every now and then. Hydrogen is really cheap, especially when you're sitting on over 20 million space credits. We did not, however, find any data pads, and at this point I was fairly well convinced that they were despawning. I'd been to about 15 different stations on Mars. I don't know, it was probably more like 9, but it felt like a lot, and not a single one of them had a data pad in any of the inventories. I spent a lot of time looking. Aside from getting a whole lot of the standard loot for embeds and whatnot, we were coming up empty-handed. Eventually I gave up on the NPC stations and decided to just enjoy a leisurely cruise around the planet. I found one more player base. There wasn't a whole lot there, but I did check it out, and after that, our luck turned around finally. Yeah, we're coming up on the massive volcano again. Round 2. This time we're going to just fly around the outside edge of it. We're not going to go right up over the top. We've already done that once. That giant hill over there is where I put my flag last time I came around the planet. Yeah, let's see, where we're going to go. I kind of want to go that way, honestly, and just like keep spiraling inwards. Let's turn that off while I think. Right, let's finish our train of thought. The station thing, the station competition that they did, the stations aren't actually functional stations. Like, they don't need gravity generators. They just, that's part of the NPC station thing, is it just has gravity. They don't need bubble generators. What are those things called? Safe zones? Safe zone blocks? Like, they don't need a whole bunch of that stuff. And they do that so that they can reduce the PCU of the station and make it load in and out better, and like reduce the triangles for rendering and different things like that. So it makes sense for them to do it that way because they can just make it function without having the functional blocks on it. But if I'm going to design something, I want to design something with all that stuff on it, and it would have been... Oh, wait a second. Shifty beacon number 1, literally mid-conversation here, and I find this beacon. Wait, I was just by here earlier today. This is impossible. Did I really get this close to it and just not see it? Oh my god. So much for my train of thought. This is like the one thing that was going to distract me. I was so focused on finishing a sentence for once. Ugh. Alright, screw what I was just saying. We're going to this beacon, and I don't even remember what I was saying. I give up. I give up on trying to say a complete sentence that's coherent. Oh my gosh. This is glorious. Alright, we found beacon numeral uno. I have no idea what's going to be here. If it was anything like the last one. Look at how close I got. I got 21 kilometers away there. I got 16 kilometers away up there. I was so close to finding this on 2 of my loops. I was 29 kilometers away on that loop. So 3 of my loops, I almost found this one. You know what? And last time I was at this giant mountain, I was going to fly around the base of it, but I'm like, if there's going to be something at the mountain, it's going to be at the very top. Why would it be at the bottom? So I didn't do it. Turns out it's at the bottom. It's probably a base. That's probably why. because something is loading in. All right, let's slow down. Full stop. Zoom. All right, full stop. Let us clean up our HUD so that we can explore this in peace. Oh my gosh. The screen literally has not been this clean in a year and a half, at least. Okay, now we're going to make use of our little tentacle to get a nice little zoom in from a distance. I want to get up a little bit higher first, though. All right, this person's built right on the edge. We're going to land above them, up here somewhere, and then we'll fly over the edge in case they have any turrets. It is pretty much on the other side of the planet from where the last one was, too. Look at that. It's like 113 kilometers away. Ah! I almost crunched my eyeball. Alright. I'm excited. I'm very excited. What is it going to be? I have everything I need. We'll get our gun out just for looks. Hey. Stop it. Ah, it only took us 3 times around the planet to find these. Could have been a lot worse, for sure. I say this is not bad at all. Man, I got really close to it. 1 kilometer. Is this one going to have guns? I kind of feel like it's not going to have guns. Okay, what is this? An ice mining platform. Okay. It's got something going on to it. It's not as cool as the last one, unless it's got a basement. Then it's cool. Alright. It's super simple. But hey, here's the beautiful beacon again. Look at that. What do you know? The same kind of setup as last time, too. Shifty beacon number 1. And I can stand on top of it, and I can get the loot. And there's Gatling ammo again. That's cool. Also, I can see what's in everything else. Ah, the large cargo container has more ammo in it. I'm going to take that. Thank you very much. Let's see what beacon number 1 has to say. Shifty! Where the heck is everyone? Mars is empty. Use this old abandoned mining camp as you wish. Good luck. Hope all is going well. Thank you. Tons. I found the beacon. This beacon, my friend, does not have an X, Y, or Z coordinate. Unless I'm crazy, I do not see a data pad with an X, Y, or Z coordinate. So what the heck was that Y coordinate that you gave me before? I'm very confused now. This is cool, though. I appreciate this. Maybe they didn't think of that until after they already set this one up, and then they set up the Y coordinate at the other one, and the X and the Z coordinate are both at NPC stations. Maybe there's more than one at NPC station. Oh my gosh. I don't know. But this is cool. We're going to take this with us as just a relic to hold on to. That's awesome. Shifty beacon number 1. We found it. We have found both of the beacons. Now we just... Ooh, we're going to take the ice too. We have to get into the connector because we have no ice, and that'll save us from really having to mine any. We took the goodies out of that. Awesome. I don't think I'm going to remove it. I'm going to just leave it there because that's also cool. The connector is up here. We're going to take the ice out of that before we forget. And we're going to get the ammo out of this because we know what's in there. I just start taking everything. You know what? I am going to take everything. We're going to take those, though. And then we'll take those. Cool. Assembler doesn't have anything really cool, except for a whole bunch of iron, which will just weigh me down. And in fact, these are just going to weigh me down, too. I'm going to take... we'll take 10 of them. Whoa, we'll just spam T's. Never mind. We'll take 15 of them. That seems reasonable. I like it. Shifty beacon number 2. Let's mark this with a waypoint, just for our own keepsake-ness. You know what? I don't think I took a nice screenshot at the last one. That was a mistake, but I'm going to take a nice screenshot at this one. We'll get a couple screenshots just of the thing. It was on the giant mountain. What do you know? I probably could have seen this one from space as well. 100 pictures later. Awesome. Back to the ship. Now we just need the last data pad. We're done finding beacons. I think, though, that this is probably a really good place to end the episode. It was a lot of running around, and I didn't really add too much to the ship, but it took me a while to find that one, and I thought it was pretty good trip. It was a very relaxing trip. Probably just a lot of me talking for you, but I hope you enjoyed anyway, and I will see you in the next one.